have a reputation for some of this country's best fried chicken, but here in New York, it's the Bromberg brothers' Northern Fried Chicken that's earned its own cult following. So when I heard that the recipe was in the cookbook, I couldn't wait for you to show it to us. And already it's different. Matzo meal and beautiful chicken. That's from where?
This chicken is from, they're Freebird chickens from Hain Pure Protein, which is
our partners. They make our clean product.
Well, that's fantastic.
Yeah, so we're partners, and we're so excited about our partnership because they're really, efficacious, and you can trust them, and they really care about it. So that's
exactly
one of their tender chickens.
It's a beautifully raised chicken.
Is that from New Jersey or Pennsylvania?
It's from Pennsylvania.
Yeah, yeah. Great.
So, the key to everything is starting with the best ingredients possible. So we've chosen the Freebird chicken, and we're going to butcher the chicken in sort of a special way for the fried chicken.
So how many chickens do you go through a week with 9 restaurants?
Oh boy.
About.
Many cases, probably 25 cases.
How many
maybe
chickens
about,
to a case?
Probably about 700 whole chickens. Yeah.
So yeah,
that's a lot of chickens.
Consumer, it sure
That's a lot of chickens.
Okay, so our objective is to keep as much of the skin on the breast as possible.
Yes.
And this is the first step to making the right cut. I'm going to take, as I did on that side, I'll pinch right near the knee.
Okay.
And then I'll make my cut.
Okay.
That way I get full coverage of the breast and we don't lose the moisture in the breast.
Sometimes you buy a chicken now and half the breast skin is gone. You can't do a nice roast chicken or a nice anything chicken.
So we're going to then cut across. We'll flip the chicken over and we go for the oyster right here, which is a key point that we don't want to miss. We'll pull that off.
See how easy you can butcher your own chickens.
And then we cut right through the joint.
This is not butchering, this is just cutting it up.
Yep. Trimming.
Yeah, trimming.
So we have our leg, then we have our thigh, and then for the wing, we'll just flip the bird over, cut from the back in the joint, and we'll cut right through. We'll remove the tip for
my favorite part.
For the sauce.
You
like that part? I like it too. And then we're going to do it.
Guess what part I eat? Just the wings.
The wings. You know what? That's the first part I eat. And I try and take everybody else's.
Oh, I take everyone else's.
So here in the chicken that has this section of tendon right here.
Yeah.
So we're just going to cut right through there to loosen it up so it cooks evenly.
Hey, maybe you can pass that over and I'll just start.
Sure.
Okay, should I mix up the rest? Should I mix up the...
Yes, if you can add the flour.
A half a cup of matzo meal. And do you make your own matzo meal? Do you grind up your own matzo? You buy it.
We buy the matzo.
And a half a cup of AP flour and... Oh, 4 teaspoons. No, a quarter of a teaspoon.
Quarter teaspoon.
Of baking powder.
A little baking powder. And then with the whisk, Martha, you can just bring those together. And we just use egg whites.
Oh, good.
We don't use buttermilk, so we kind of wind up with a lighter version. It's not the typical overnight in buttermilk.
Right.
So what we do then...
But do you put your chickens in water, ice water, or anything like that?
No, we just go straight into...
Straight from the chicken house to the...
Exactly.
We rinse them.
We rinse them in salted water, sure.
Oh, of course.
And then what we'll do is we'll just put them into the egg whites and coat them nicely into the egg whites.
Okay.
And then we're going to go straight into the matzo meal.
What do you do with the egg yolks?
The egg yolks, we make creme brulee.
Oh.
And a lot of it.
Okay.
So this was again, was one of those recipes. We had a lot of egg whites around.
What are we going to do?
What are we going to do? And it just wound up being a really terrific version.
So that's a good question.
Yep. So then we're just going to dredge those guys in the matzo meal and flour mix. And we can kind of, you almost want to push the flour and the matzo meal on so it really forms a nice crust. And we'll give you a few of these pieces.
So you use the Chinese strainer.
You just want to get all the excess
I know.
Flour and matzo meal off so it doesn't mess up your oil.
And then very carefully, we place them into the oil.
Okay.
But it is important to get the flour nice. That's one of the things that's important to us, really kind of pushing the flour.
And how long does it cook?
Anywhere between 12 to 14 minutes, depending upon the size of your chicken. If it's a 3-pound chicken, about 12 minutes. If it's a 3.5 pound, about 14 minutes at 375 degrees.
So guys, I'm going to move on just to the next step, which is making our spice mix. And our spice mix is going to be dried basil, cayenne pepper, salt, hot paprika, garlic powder, onion powder, and dried parsley. And all these ingredients just get mixed together. And that is really our kind of special seasoning that goes onto the chicken. It's going to give it a really beautiful color and a ton of flavor.
Like, when does it go on there?
Right now. When the chicken comes out of the fryer, we're going to season each piece, which you can help me with. This is just table salt, really, and a little bit of white flour. Okay. I mean, I'm sorry, white pepper. So nicely seasoned. And then each piece, And then what we'll do...
Does it go back in the oven?
Nope, that's really it. It's just going to be served just like that.
Okay.
So then we're just going to sprinkle the seasoning, mix onto each piece.
See? Different.
Yeah.
That's what I like.
We kind of always try to break out as many steps as we can. We like to make it be as direct of a process, especially in
that's why you have 9 restaurants that are packed to the gills every single night. I didn't do that one.
Yep, and we'll just add on a little bit more of the seasoning mix. And you know, it's out of the oil, so it's still gonna grab onto the seasoning. So that's really a process.
And it feels really good, really crunchy.
It stays, and the matzo meal is really a key ingredient there.
So everyone in the audience is going to be able to try this and all the other wonderful recipes in the Blue Ribbon Cookbook published this past April, because you're all going home with a copy. Thank you very much. Oh, I have to taste the wing. And thanks to our friends at Clarkson Potting. Oh, and what's that?
This is our Blue Ribbon honey, and it comes from our own honey farm in Mexico.
You have a honey farm in Mexico?
Believe it or not.
Do you go there?
Yes.
You do.
And it's a great place to go. Here, you could dip a little bit of the honey.
Yeah. It's the most delicious honey you'll ever try.
It's really, really
better
special
than my
product.
honey?
Well,
I'll taste that.
You can tell us. It's pretty good honey, though.
That's the best fried chicken. Oh, really is. What do you reckon?